Hello, hope you all are doing good and staying healthy. Please don't step out unless it is necessary. Staying home is very luxury. So please take care. Let me introduce myself. My name is Krishnavini, working as a TL in TTRRC Surapet. As you've seen on the screen, today I'm going to explain about general characters and classification of cylinderates. In my presentation, I'll focus on history of cylinderates, general characters, in that morphological and physiological characters and classification of cylinderata, and finally I focused on facts about jellyfishes and coral reefs, ecological and economical importance of cylinderates. You know, the cylinderates or belongs to the invertebrates, right? As you know, the major group of animals are divided into the kingdom Animalia. They are classified in the kingdom Animalia. And there are around 9 to 10 million animal species are there in our bio. In that, the only 1.2 million species are described till now. The remaining are awaiting discovered by us. They are awaiting to describe by us. So try hard and all the very best, guys. Already I told you the animals are divided into various subgroups. The biologists are identified about 36 phyla in the animal kingdom. These are included from amoeba to mammals. Okay, they are included amoeba and sponges, cylinderates like Hydra, Aurelia, jellyfishes, whatever, and annelids, helminthes, echinoderms, molluscans, amphibians, fishes, reptiles, birds, etc. Okay. So nearly 97% of animal species are invertebrates. Okay. So coming to the history of Cylinderata, the nature of Cylinderate has been a matter of debate for a long time. Here, the Cylinderates is also known as Cnidarians. The study of Cylinderate is known as Cnidology. If we know Aristotle, he is a father of biology as well as zoology, and he is noticed the stinging nature of cylinderates and considered these organisms between plants and animals. Nothing but he is included in the zoophyta, and he is termed them as Cnidae. So here the Cnidae means a nettle, a thread. Casually, when we touch the Cnidarians, will make it very clear. When we touch it, we get scar on our skin and they become itchy and little bit pain. Okay, because of they are little poisonous, and then these are called stinging animalcules because of the sting us. That's what it is called as a stinging animalcules. Okay, and Jean Andre Personnel and the Tremblay, these two were established the animal nature of cylinderates. Next, Linnaeus, Lamarck and Cuvier grouped the cylinderates under the radiata because of its symmetry. Based upon its symmetry, they are included echinoderms and cylinderates. Next, Hackstick. Hackstick splitted the cylinderates into three distinct phyla These are Spongia is nothing but Porifera, Cnidaria, Coelenterata, and the Ctenophora. And the coelenterates or the primitive phyla, primitive organisms, primitive organisms in invertebrates. Okay, these are the simplest metazoans. The Coelenterata or Cnidarians are the primitive metazoans, primitive and simplest metazoans. They do not possess even organs. They're just having a tissue level of organization. It's a body without head and segmentation. So finally, Leucart separated the coelenterates from echinoderms and created it as a separate phylum. Okay. Here the coelenterata word is derived from the two Greek words. Here the coelos. Coelos is nothing but a cavity, and enteron means a gut or intestine. It having a gastrovascular cavity. That's what it is called as a coelenterates. Okay. So here the many thousands of Cnidarian species are live in the world's ocean, from tropics to poles and from surface to bottom. And look here, these are the examples of these are the examples of the Cnidarians. Look, sea anemone, sea coral, jellyfish and hydra. These are the common examples of Cnidarians. Okay. Next, look here, these are the connection links. So the connection link means an organism having a characters of two different organisms. Okay, an organism having a two different organisms characters is known as a connection link. It is considered as a connection link. For example, viruses. Viruses are the connection links between living and non-living organisms, isn't it? Here as well as, so here the Proteospongia is considered a connection link between Protozoa and Porifera. And next, Trinoplana. This Trinoplana is considered the connection link between Coelenterata and Helminthes. Okay. Next, look here how it is big. It is very big. And this is a big and long jellyfish. The common name is lion mane jellyfish. It seems like a lion mane. Lion mane is nothing but lion's long flowing hair. Okay. So the scientific name is Cynia capillata. It found in cool water oceans. And next, look, these are the poisonous jellyfish. The Chiroposalmus chironex is the very poisonous jellyfish. It is the most poisonous jellyfish. The common name is a box jellyfish. It is found in Indo-Pacific and Australian regions. It is found in tropical areas. Okay. Next. So these are the general characters. The first, already I told you, the coelenterates or the metazoans. Metazoa is nothing but multicellular animals with a tissue grade of organization. And these are the aquatic organisms. Mostly they all live in the marine, and except few freshwater forms like hydra. Hydra lives in freshwater. And these are sedentary forms. These all live their life as a sedentary, and few are free swimming, and few are solitary, and the most are colonial forms. The individuals are radially or biradially symmetry. So here the symmetry is nothing but the arrangement of body parts around the central point or central line. Okay, and it having the cylindrate having a radial or biradial symmetry. When we divide it into the cylindrata, it get two or many equal halves along its body center plane. That's what it is, having a radially or biradial symmetry. Okay, and these are the diploblastic animals. So here the diploblastic animals is nothing but it consisted two layers. The one is outer layer and another one is inner layer. The outer layer cells is called as ectoderm and inner layer is known as endoderm. These two layers are cemented together by an intermediate layer is known as a gelatinous mesoglium. And these animals exhibit phenomena of polymorphism. So here the polymorphism is nothing but a condition of occurring in several different forms among the members of colony. Okay, I repeat it. The conditions of occurring in several different forms among the members of colony is known as polymorphism. For example, a person, for example, a mother, like a woman, at the same time she play the various roles. For example, she act as a mother, she act as a wife, she act as a daughter, and she act as an employee, so on. So here the same person poses a different behavior in different situation is known as a polymorphism. So these cylinderates also poses polymorphism, and there is a few exemptions. And skeleton. The skeleton is calcareous, horny, or none. The either exoskeleton or endoskeleton is a common occurrence. Some of cnidarians or the coral forming cnidarians having a exoskeleton is composed of calcium carbonate. These are acoelomate animals. Here the coelom is nothing but a cavity that is present between the body wall and gut, and this is origin from the mesoderm. But there is no coelom, that's what it is called the acoelomate organisms. And it having a short slender tentacles. These tentacles encircle the mouth. Here the mouth acts as a ingestion and egestion organ. Ingestion and egestion part. So here mouth took a food and eliminate the wastes both. Okay. So the tentacles or encircle the mouth one or more holes, and these tentacles are help in the food capturing, ingestion, locomotion and protection. And the tentacles are provided with nematocyst. Here these tentacles are provided many nematocytes. The batteries of nematocytes. Here the nematocytes is known as a cnidocytes or stinging cells. They serve for food capture and ingestion and defense offense. And these are also present on body layers except adhesive organs, except pedal disc. And the cylinderates are usually carnivores. The digestion is both extracellular as well as intracellular. There is no anus. Already I told you the mouth is done both functions. Both ingestion and egestion is done by only mouth. There is no anus. Okay. Nervous system. So coming to the nervous system is very primitive type, and it consisting a diffuse nerve net. The respiratory, circulatory, excretory systems are wanting. There is no specialized respiratory, circulatory, excretory systems. The reproduction is both asexual and sexual method. Asexual reproduction occurs by budding and sexual reproduction by the formation of gametes. There is a larval stage, that is planula. So here it is, indirect development is seen in the life history of cylinderates. The life history exhibits a phenomena of alternation generation. So alternation generation is also known as a metagenesis or heterogenesis, which means the occurrence of regular alternation of sexual phase and asexual phase in its life cycle. So look here, in the Cylinderatta life cycle, the asexual polyphoid stage and sexual medusoid stages are alternate. Okay. And look here, these are the two main zooids. The polyp is a zooid and medusa is zooid. So here the zooid is nothing but animal form. The zooids are nothing but animal form. So polyp is a cylindrical zooid and medusa is umbrella shaped zooid. They both are help in various functions like feeding, reproduction, locomotion, so on. Next, the feeding. So already I told you, the cnidarians or the carnivores, they use their tentacles for the capturing prey. The tentacles are armored with cnidocytes or stinging cells. These cells are very unique and they function in the defense, offense and capturing the prey. Okay. Nematocysts contain taxins. These taxins is known as hypotaxins. These are used for capture the prey. In the hypotaxins, it having a few phenols and proteins. They are paralyze the prey. Okay. Next, digestion. Already I told you, the digestion of Cylinderatta is extracellular and intracellular. Both extracellular and intracellular digestion is occur in the Cylinderatta. And some cnidarians are symbiosis with some dinoflagellates. These cnidarians are supplement their diet with nutrients collected from the algal symbionts. So these dinoflagellates were hosted on cnidarians. Locomotion. So coming to the locomotion, the medusa, already I told you, it having a two zooid forms. One is medusa and another one is polyp. So here medusa is a motile form. It can swim. Medusa is a motile form. It can swim freely and it helps to disperse the species. And polyp is a seychelic zooid. It is static. It is non-motile. Okay. It is help in the defense at the same time ingestion. And there is a few exemptions. Those are Hydra tumbles on the tentacles. Hydra also move, but the movement is very little. And sea anemones glide on the pedal disc. Sea anemones also move. They can locomote, but they just gliding movement shows. The sensory cells. With the help of sensory cells, the cnidarians can respond. Actually, the nervous system is very primitive type. That's what it poses some sensory cells. They are the chemoreceptors. Chemoreceptors absorb the chemicals. And lignoreceptors can detect the touch, and photoreceptors detect the light and Ocell is nothing but eye spot. It also acts as a photoreceptor. And status, its help in the balancing. Already I told you the reproduction is done by both asexual and sexual modes. The asexual is budding from the polyp or medusa, and sexually the medusa forms release sperm and eggs. And here some are monoecious or hermaphrodites, and some are dioecious. And there is a larval form, that is planula. Okay. Next, coming to the classification. So coming to the classification, the Hyman give a clear-cut classification about cylinderates. This phylum includes nearly 11,000 known species, but half of which are extinct. According to the Hyman, the phylum Coelenterata has been divided into 3 classes. Those are Hydrozoa, Scyphozoa and Anthozoa. Okay, look here. According to the Hyman, phylum Coelenterata is divided into 3 classes: Hydrozoa, Scyphozoa and Anthozoa. So these are the main classes. Okay, next. Look here, the tree chart about phylum Coelenterata classification. These are the Hydrozoa, Scyphozoa and Anthozoa. Okay, next. The first class, Hydrozoa. Here the Hydrozoa is derived from the 2 Greek words. Here the hydra means a water, zoon means animal. These are the freshwater bodies, freshwater organisms. So these all are marines except Hydra. Hydra is a freshwater form. So Hydra is found in the freshwater. They are the solitary. Hydra is a solitary form, and the colonial forms are also there. The Obelia is the best example for the colonial form, and they are sedentary and free swimming forms. They exhibit tetramerous radial symmetry. The polyp is predominant. In its life cycle, the polyp is predominant. The body wall has a non-cellular mesoglea. The mesoglea is present between epidermis and endodermis. Here, the mesoglea is non-cellular. The skeleton is horny. The skeleton having a horny pedicalc in some forms. They form a corals. They form a massive stony corals. The example is brain coral. It is occur in Great Barrier Reef. They exhibit polymorphism. Example, Physalia. Physalia exhibit polymorphism. And there are 2 main type of zooids, polyp and medusa, whatever, but the polyp is predominant. The medusa provided with true muscular velum, and many hydrozoa exhibit alternation of generation or metagenesis. The reproductive products, nothing but gametes or sex cells, are usually ectodermal originate, and they discharge externally and they discharge it out. And the cleavage is holoblastic. Holoblastic, nothing but the complete cleavage is occur in the cylinderates, and the embryo is a ciliated planula. The ciliated planula larva is occurs in its life cycle. And here these are the examples: Hydra and Obelia. Obelia common name is Seaford. Papita, blue button, Physalia, Portuguese manaphor, Velella is a little sail. Okay, these are the examples for hydrozoans. Look here, these are the pictures. First Obelia, Seaford, and the second one is Papita, that is a blue button. And next, this is a Physalia, man-o-r. The Physalia is nothing but man-o-r. And this is a little sail. Okay, and look here, already I told you, the cnidarians have a stinging cells. That's what in the beaches we can see some warning boards. Look in the first slide. There is a man over. The stings are painful. Stay out of water. They said stay out of water. And here it is also warning about a man over at Physalia. May be present in water on the beach. Actually, these Physalias are the planktons. They are seen in the surface water. Okay, so they said avoid the contact because of the tentacles are toxic and they are the painful sting, so they may cause a shock in some victims. So that's what some of beaches, this type of notice boards are there. And look here, this is a scare of man war. How it is. Okay, next is Scyphozoa. So Scyphozoa, Hückel proposed the name of Scyphozoa. So here the Scyphos means cup, zoan means animal. So commonly these are called as jellyfishes. The Scyphozoa include a large jellyfishes with a true medusa. These are exclusively marine. Here the medusas are large, bell and umbrella shaped without rubellum. The free swimming or attached by the arboreal stalk. It having a marginal sense organs on the tentacular sides, having a ectodermal statoliths. And polypod generation is absent. And here the medusas are predominant. The gastrovascular system without stomatium with the gastric filaments, and mesoglia is usually cellular, and the all are unisexuals. The gonads are endodermal origin and they are discharged out, and planula and ephyra larvals are present in the life cycle of these Scyphozoans. So these are the examples for the Scyphozoa: Aurelia, jellyfish; Sania, lion mane jellyfish; and Rhizostoma; and Lucernaria, pediphylla. These are the common Scyphozoans. Look here, these are pictures. Jellyfishes, Aurelia and Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia is known as up and down jellyfish, and Rhizostoma, this is the largest one, and pediphylla is known as helmet jellyfish, and Lucernaria is a beautiful jellyfish. Next, Anthozoa. So here anthos means flowers, zoan means animal. So Anthozoa is also known as Actinozoa. Actin means a race, zoan means animals. The Edinburgh proposed this name Anthozoa. These are the solitary or colonial forms. These are exclusively marine forms. They are exclusively polypod. The medusa stage is altogether absent. Their bilaterally symmetry is present. The oral end of the body is expanded radially into the oral disc and bearing halo tentacles surrounding the mouth of the center. The gastrovascular cavity is divided into compartments by a complete and incomplete mesenteries. The mesenteries bears the gonads and a nemastocyst. And mesoglia contains a fibrous connective tissue and amoeboid cells. And skeleton either external or internal. Exoskeleton is formed from the calcium carbonate, which is often a massive corals. The nervous system is primitive type. It is nervenate. It is present as a nervenate and without concentrated central nervous system. The gonads are endodermal and develop from the mesenteron edges. The ripe sexual products are discharged into the coelenteron and fertilization is always external. The fertilized eggs develop into planula larvae, which after a short free life they are settled down and developed into the adult. So these are the examples for the anthozoans. Metridium is the common name is Cyanonemon. Corallium, this is a precious coral or red coral. Why it is precious? Because of its nature of flexibility. It is called as a precious coral. And Gorgonia. Gorgonia common name is Cfan and Pennatula is a Cpen. And look here, these are the structures. Sorry, these are the pictures. I'm sorry. Metridium and Corallium. And here the ecological role. So these cylinderates play a major role in ecology and economy both. So they are act as a predators and preys. These all act as a predators as well as preys. And they have a taxons. These are help in the medical research. And the corals are help in the ornamental, and they are act as a building materials, and the reefs for the surfing and entertainment and for the tourism. And the coral reef habitat many various fauna and flora. And next, they protect the coastal line from the storms, and it having a great biodiversity, entire ocean. And they are symbiont with other organisms like algae, flagellates. So, and they also assist in the carbon dioxide and nitrogen fixation. And they are also favorable sites for accumulation of oils, petroleum deposits. So here these corals are nothing but cylinderates or the main source of nitrogen in entire marine food chain. So these are the ecological and economical importance. And next, fun facts about the jellyfish. Actually, the jellyfishes are not actual fishes. And some are jellyfishes are edible, and they do not having a brain and heart. And the group of jellyfishes called as a bloom or smack or swarm. The jellyfish eat and poop out the some or fish. Okay, these are the facts about jellyfishes. And the facts about the corals. The corals give a great biodiversity in the entire ocean. Look here, the Great Barrier Reef. This is a Great Barrier Reef fact sheet, and the Great Barrier Reef presents in Australian region. So it is known as Australia's jewel, and the main threats are storms. And the chloral bleaching is also main threat. It is man-made defect, and the volume is here, and the main causes is pollution, and but the Great Barrier Reef is still great, but needs you to act and protect. And did you know the half of Great Barrier Reef is either dead or dying? About 93% of is bleached. The coral bleaches when it is highly stressed due to the pollution or overheating or diseases. If climatic conditions do not change, the most of reefs will be probably disappear. Already I told you, the corals have a great diversity, the great animal diversity. So we need to protect those. And look here, where is my reef on a picture, and few of facts about coral reefs. It took a nearly 100 years for forming an inch of coral. The corals are dying worldwide at an alarming rate. The corals eat zooplanktons, and the corals lack of brain but having a nervous system and sensory organs. Okay guys, it is about cylinder data general characters and classification and few facts about jellyfishes and coral reefs. Any questions? Please comment, and thank you all.